Yo, it's Dasher Tru Inferno. Back with another Black Ops 2 for you, the YouTube citizens, and you know the rest of my usual intro saying or so forth and whatnot. So, let's get straight into it. Now, if you recall from last week's video, I did a topic about girls. I'm not singing the rest of that song. So, and more specifically, I touched up on a story that was brought to my attention Sunday, the Sunday before I released that video. Well, let me give y'all a little bit of an update. Well, the guy who posted that long essay about what he received in the mail, I guess things are patched up now because he was apologizing on Facebook. You know, in front of everybody who would read his Facebook post to this chick who sent him this that thing in the mail. So if you don't remember what I was talking about, or you don't know what I'm referring to, check out last week's video first and then come back to this week's video. You know, link is in the corner somewhere. So with that out of the way, let's get straight into it because, like I said, this is a two-parter, and even like I said, you know, that story I told last week is just one of many examples about how these girls are like in a whole nother atmosphere and not in a good way. And I guess to a certain degree not a bad way, it's just like in a head scratching type of way. To the point where they just make you scratch your head because you have no clue what is going on in their heads. And it's irrational, it's not normal, it's not, you know, sane, you know, it's irrational. So let me give you an example, because there's some things that, like I said, I have seen, I have heard, I have read, and I have experienced that just make me go, what in the heck is going on in these chicks' heads? So one example is this. This one guy that I know, I'm not saying it's one of my boys or a co-worker or anything like that. This one guy that I used to know, wherever, I remember a story he told me like a couple of years back. He's asleep. He work a normal everyday job, you know, like 8 to 4:30, 9 to 5, something like that or whatever. And I'll never forget this story because I was like, what? And so like I say, he's asleep. Now his girl who's living with him, she working retail, so she got the crazy hours. So you know, in some cases she working mornings like 6 to 2. Other cases she working like 12 to 8, or in some cases it's 5 to something like 11 at night. Something I don't know. So once there's been a couple of times where his girl have to go to work or leave to be at work. Basically, she had to be at work at 5 a.m. So she had to leave the house at 4 a.m. And like I said, these two are living together. Now, they do not, well, I'm not sure they still live there, but when he told me this story, they were living somewhere north of Detroit. So, not only is this not in Detroit, but where they was living at is not exactly what I would call dangerous or suspect or ghetto or criminal. So, you know, it's a pretty decent area. You know, it was an apartment at the time. So, she would get up, get ready, do her thing, blah, blah, blah. He's still in bed because he had to be at work, you know, 8 to 5, something like that or whatever. And I crap you not, this chick will wake up her boy just so he can walk her to her car at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, that make no sense. Like, why did he have to do that? It's like, again, you know the setup, you know the setting, you know the atmosphere, so there's no sense why you can't walk to your own car. It's not like it's a long walk because the parking lot is like 2 blocks down or something. No! Like, it's literally like right there, like 10 steps from outside the apartment. So, you know, it's stuff like that. Now, another example of something crazy is, again, you know, another guy that I know, he's in bed because, again, he worked that 8 to 5, 9 to 5 job or whatever. And in some cases, his girl don't get home from whatever until 11, I want to say 11:30, I think, at night. And, you know, because this guy got to wake up, I don't know, I'm just speculating here. He got to wake up like at 6:30 or something like that leave the house at 7:30 so he could be at work at 8. I'm assuming. So, which means he probably go to bed at 10, so he could get that 8 hours sleep or whatever. She comes home, like I said, 11:30 or later, and she's there. Her boy is asleep, and she get pissed off. Why she get pissed off? Because he didn't stay awake to greet her home. Seriously? Really? He got to be at work at 8 o'clock. He got to wake up at 6:30 so he could get to work on time. And you bugging because he's not staying up late at night just to welcome you home from whatever it is you're doing? Like, what type of crap is that? Like, it's dumb. Like, it makes no sense. Another example is, same guy too. Gets home from work. And he don't eat fast food. He cook his own meals. So he gets home from work, cook his own meals. He's straight. Then like an hour after he gets done, not an hour, like 30 minutes after he gets done eating, his girl gets home. And she's complaining because she's tired and she's hungry or whatever. And then she goes turn around and say, hey, can you go out and give me some Taco Bell? Wait a minute. And I'm like, stop. Let me get this straight. You were just complaining about how you've been hungry for the past couple of hours. You just came from outside. Why can't you go get it yourself? Like there's like, either that or there's food at the house. Why not eat something that's at the house? It makes no sense. It's the mindset and it's stuff like that. And I'm gonna give you one more example. And this one actually is about me. I remember when I was dating, um this chick would get annoyed with me at times because I don't open the car door for her so she could get out, or I don't open the car door for her so she could get in. Now keep in mind, this ain't, dress up night. We ain't going somewhere fancy. This ain't a special event. This ain't an anniversary or anything like that. This is a simple go to her house, go to her parents' house, go to the mall, go somewhere common. Not even her nails done, but yes, she bugging me because I don't open the car door for her to get out and get in. Seriously? Like, come on now. Like I said, if we were dressed up or your nails was done, yeah, that's different. But outside of that, you got hands, you got fingers, open the door yourself. Especially since I'm the one who driving you all over the place. I mean, come on. And it's funny because these chicks be walking around on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram talking about, oh, I'm independent, but yet turn around and say, oh, I'm tired, even though I just got home. Can you go out and give me some McDonald's? No, that don't sound like independent to me. That sounds like basically you're being a baby. Like, that's all that is. That's all it is. And it's really make no sense. So that's why I'm like at the point of like these like, and like I said last week, that's not all chicks. I hope that's not all chicks, but maybe it's just Michigan women, because like I said, all the stories, like I said, everything that I heard, read, seen, and experienced is all based off of Michigan women. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I need to go out of the state just to date, like move out of the state, just so I can get in a good, honest 50-50 type of relationship, something like that. Or maybe I should be like most guys out there be like, man, screw relationships. I'm only out to fuck. Like now I can actually see why guys do that. So like when girls say, oh man, dudes only after one thing and that's sex, booze, ass and pussy. Now I'm like, yeah, I wonder why is that? Maybe because chicks be bumming out in their relationships. Yeah, I can see that now. So yeah, that's pretty much that with that topic. And we dominating this game, man. I had a good game. Did my thing as usual. And next week I'm gonna talk about NBA 2K14, my experience about NBA 2K14, and whether or not will I be getting NBA 2K15. But yeah, this is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and see y'all this Saturday.